Hey guys, so the Game Awards were last night and Studio Wildcard announced a new game. I kind of wanted to watch the trailer and go over it and talk about kind of what it offers, I think, and how I kind of feel about it. Obviously, Wildcard made ARK, and I know a lot of my subscribers come from my ARK content. So, I kind of want to see what they're offering, because from what I can tell, it doesn't look vastly different, but I could be wrong, of course. I could always be wrong about it. So I thought we'd go over the trailer, take a look, and kind of see what Wildcard want to bring to the table. This game's called Atlas. I believe it is a massively multiplayer first-person pirate adventure. So the premise sounds different to ARK. It's not, a survival prehistoric dinosaur thing, but I think when we watch the trailer, you'll probably see what I'm getting at in that I'm not sure if it will serve as a viable alternative to ARK, but let's watch the trailer and just get into it. So first impressions at this point, it just looks like a good ARK DLC. I mean, when I watched this trailer last night at the Game Awards, it was kind of like, I thought it was an ARK DLC. I even said to my friend Alex, I was like, I don't want to buy an ARK DLC, but this looks really cool. And it's not ARK DLC, it's a game. I mean, if you've played ARK, which if you've watched my content, you probably have played ARK. This looks a lot like that. It looks a lot like the game. It seems like the engine's the same, the graphics are near identical. I don't know, it looks too much like an expansion to ARK and not a full price game. Anyway, assuming it is full price. Anyway, let's carry on with the trailer. Yeah, still, I just can't, it's ARK. It's ARK. I just can't shake that ARK feeling. It looks like ARK. It probably will play like ARK to a degree. That's obviously me assuming again. Could be fully wrong, but I don't know. It just looks a lot like ARK. It really does. Especially like the spear throwing animations, the treasure map, all this are the same. The only new thing I'd say I've seen in terms of actual gameplay features is dual wielding, which is right there. I don't know, it doesn't... I feel like this... The impression I'm getting is that it could easily be just an ARK DLC and not a full game. The main appeal for me and why I carried on playing ARK after I kind of quit official PvP servers was all the building and stuff. Well, if this is an MMO first person pirate adventure without the building, it's not doing much to attract me. I don't think it's going to do much to attract a fair amount of people out there. Anyway, let's carry on watching. I don't know. I don't see why this is a thing. I just don't. Let's finish the trailer and then we'll put together our thoughts. So that was the trailer for Atlas, Studio Wildcard's new game, and I think we can agree it just looks so much like ARK. It's an open world. It's a survival MMO. Open world survival MMO. So the only difference between this and ARK is that there are no dinosaurs and no building. Maybe. I mean, there are a lot of mythical creatures in there. There could be dinosaurs. I mean, I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me why this game kind of needs to be a thing. I mean, ARK recently had a big DLC drop again, and whilst, again, I didn't purchase it, people seem to be alright with it. They seem to think it's okay. So, I mean, I don't really see why they need this game. I don't see why anyone needs to buy this game. I mean, don't get me wrong, I've always wanted a MMO pirate game. I wanted Sea of Thieves to be great, and it wasn't. But I'm not sure about this game. I mean, if you've spoken to me, you know kind of how I feel about Wildcard and their business practices. But I don't know. I mean, I don't trust them as such. That this is going to be vastly different from ARK. And with the game releasing December 13th, which is 6 days away at this point, they've been working on this for a while. Either that or it's going to launch in early access completely without any features. Like ARK. So, I don't know. I mean, if the game looks good, I'll buy it. I think for me, not being able to build is a massive, massive thing. Obviously, they haven't really said anything about it. If you can build it, that'd be great. But the way I see it is like Atlas just seems to be focused on what can already be found in ARK community servers. I get the feeling that Wildcard aren't exactly happy with the way ARK has gone in terms of its official PvP circle. It's very much a kill on site, raid fest. There's not much of a community cohesion or whatever whatever they're looking for. Almost saw there demonetized. I feel like in a way this game is kind of designed to appeal to sort of faction versus faction, I guess, in more of like a structural sense, as opposed to where ARK has gone, of course, with its tribe wipes tribe, and official PvP on ARK is a big mess. It's a huge mess. I think this is kind of more what Wildcard were leaning towards when they made ARK. Do I think it's worth a purchase? I mean, release comes in 6 days, and this is pretty much all the footage we've seen. If you're thinking about buying it, which I hesitantly am, wait for the Steam reviews and wait for the reviews from reputable sites, because I don't know. I mean, it looks cool. And the community aspect of it, which I think is kind of what Wildcard's going for as opposed to how it is in ARK currently, could be brilliant if it's done well. But I don't know, they announced it today, and it comes out in 6 days. And whilst that is nice that we don't have to wait ages for what could be a brilliant game, it could also mean that we get a very quick, very rushed, very shit game. I don't know about Wildcard. I don't fully trust them as such, but yeah, if you're like me and you're thinking of maybe buying Atlas, definitely wait for the reviews, as I will be. I'll be probably waiting a long time for the reviews, because obviously this channel the ARK content of this channel wasn't built around PvP and funny moments, even though I made a funny moments video. And it wasn't kind of built around progress videos. It was built around building stuff and stuff like that. So I don't know if this game doesn't. I mean, it looks like ARK. It's probably going to play like ARK. But if it doesn't really have those core concepts of what makes ARK a bit bearable in terms of building and such, at least for me and for a lot of the people, some people might just be happy shooting people's faces off. I know a lot of people that probably would be happy shooting other people's faces off. But I think for the kind of ARK player I was, especially towards after I stop playing official PvP, I think this probably won't appeal to a lot of people. But again, we will have to wait and see. The reviews on Steam will come out obviously the day of release. No idea when professional reviews will come out, but they are also definitely worth keeping an eye on. I don't think we've seen enough of the game to judge a purchase. I think the first people who purchase it are taking a big gamble, and it's not a gamble I would take. I don't think there is a price for this game yet, at least not a stated price. I don't think there is on Steam either. Let me take a look. It comes out 13th of December, which is 5 days away. Never mind, can't do maths. And it's going to be early access. Oh, fucking hell, man. Okay, so I've looked through a couple of articles and found a price. It's coming out for $30. $30 for an early access title from the same company who sold DLC for an early access title. I'm not sure about that. I mean, the world is supposed to be massive. They've also said this, and it seems like they're trying to actually create a massive sprawling world for this MMO, as opposed to ARK, where it was big, don't get me wrong, but it was, you only had a few distinct locations where Alpha Tribes would already post up, whereas now they say it's 1,200 times bigger than the size of a single ARK server, which first of all makes me think that is massive. Please don't take that out of context. And it also makes me think, Jesus Christ, I don't want to run this on my PC, because ARK already chugs on anything that's not a high-end system, at least the last time I checked. So 1,200 ARK servers, oh Jesus. I don't know, I feel like this could be a really good game, as long as they don't focus too much on just shooty bad guy and PvP. I think that PvE and kind of the more, not boring elements, but the kind of more considered elements in terms of community, where you live, scavenging, whatever, stuff like that. I think that's really, really important to kind of make this game different from ARK. I feel like if they don't do that, it's basically going to be an ARK clone without the dinosaurs, and I do not want an ARK clone anytime soon. Am I looking forward to this game? I'm looking forward to seeing what the game has to offer, but I very, very much doubt I'll be purchasing it at launch. I think if you are purchasing it at launch, you're taking a massive, massive gamble. Not to tell you shouldn't, of course, but I do think you are taking a big boy gamble right there. I don't think it's terribly wise to do so, but I mean, if you want to buy it at launch and you want to try it out and it looks cool to you, if you've always wanted an MMO pirate game, this is your chance. Maybe it'll be really, really good. Yeah, I'll wait for reviews. If the reviews are good, maybe I'll buy it. Maybe I'll find out you can't build stuff, and maybe I'll refund it. No, I'm joking. But I think it's one to keep an eye on. But I would be very, very tentative around Wildcard. Thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed the video, leave a like below. Also, let me know in the comments what you're thinking about Atlas. It's a weird situation for the game to be releasing so soon between its announcement and a massive content drop for ARK, but I mean, the reasonings of game devs are beyond us mortal men. Also, whilst you're there, don't forget to check out the channel and subscribe. There are much more videos coming on Black Ops 4, Red Dead Redemption. I'm thinking about going back to some ARK content soon, along with content for some kind of up-and-coming games or new games in the horror genre. Spooky. Like Hide or Die, Last of Us The Nightmare. Those two look really, really cool. I've had my eye on them for ages now. So, if you do enjoy the content, hit subscribe and turn on the notification button to be the first to see the next video, and join us on the road to 10,000 subscribers. The link to our Discord is in the description. If you would like to join, you are very much welcome to. Again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.